All that you have done for my son, I could never, never in a million years hold any kind of grudge against you. They are haters, and that's all they will ever be. And I will never listen to nothing they have to say. And it is what it is. You just know in your heart. Nothing, I absolutely mean nothing, will ever come between us. Love you for life, not just mine, but for all that you've done for my son. It was so heartfelt. Um, it really was. And I view her the same way. We connected for life. Ain't nothing gonna come between that. Not only am I connected to her, I am connected and dedicated to Keith in this situation for life. Um, Nothing's gonna come between that. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I don't care what nobody try to do. It just ain't gonna happen in this situation. Straight up. It's not. When you stand up and you stand and you're honest with people, thank you, and you're honest with people about who you are, the things that have gone on, ain't nothing to worry about. Okay? Ain't nothing nobody will be able to go and tell this woman that I haven't already told her. That's what sets me apart from these fake motherfuckers. Ain't nothing fake about me. I don't have to be fake. I can be and no weapon formed to ever prosper. But I could be real and be myself with anybody. And either they're going to appreciate that or they're not. Everybody, some people don't like real. Some people like the fake. Ms Regina not one of those. And you could see that. Like I said, she remind me of my mother. My mama want real, straight up, don't bullshit me, tell me the truth type person. So live your truth so nobody can hold it against you. I'd have been a fool in this environment not to tell her what happened with me and Keith that many years ago. Even though we lived through it and forgave each other for things we've said and made it on to friendship, made it on to sister and brotherhood. We made it on to that. After all of that, but I would have been a fool not to tell her that, knowing that that could come out, and I didn't want her to ever feel like this lady is trying to. You didn't tell me. I didn't want it to ever be a day where she feel like, wait, you didn't tell me y'all had got into it. Why you didn't tell me that? I didn't want it to ever be a day of that, ever. So you're shit out of luck. You can send any video that you want. She probably might be like, well, how long ago was this? So you're going to know when she asks you that question. Beat it. Beat it. Beat it. If Noni said something, or somebody told me that she said something like, Pam saw him, but they didn't tell Tommy. Don't believe none of that shit. Don't believe none of that shit. Don't believe that. And I believe Keith would have told my mama, if the shoe was on the other foot, I believe he would have told my mama, hey, we ain't always seen eye to eye. I even told her when she said, hey, I want you to sit in on a meeting between me and Shay. I said, Miss Regina, I ain't in Keith financial business and all of that. I ain't never been. I said it in front of Shay too. I'm not in his financial business. I ain't in his business like that. So it might need to be somebody else. I'm not one that was in his shit like that. She said, no, it's going to be you. I want it to be you. I want it to be you. So if his mother is asking for it to be me, guess what? It's going to be me, bitch. Whether you like it or not. She did. She trusted me from jump. And probably because I was truthful with her about everything. I didn't have to come out like, hey, me and him argued before and I said some nasty things and he said some nasty things. I didn't have to come out like that, but I did because to me, honesty is going to always be the best policy. Honesty and truth is going to trump anything. When I tell you anything, just like when I spoke out of turn at that time, and I ain't shame of it, I use the word stole in regards to Shay. Okay. Miss Regina asked me. She didn't ask me. She said, I told you to talk about ghosts. I ain't tell you to say nothing about how did they even get Miss Regina's phone number. Take your lucky guess. Who waiting tonight to say something? What you mean, baby? What you mean, ID? What you mean? Yeah, they been doxed her. What you mean, ID? Say something. Who just not saying something? Because this been discussed. Miss Regina have called in and even told about y'all falling out, babe. Oh no, that been. If you go back to Miss Regina phone calls when she maybe you just not coming in. But back to Miss Regina phone calls when she called in on one of those phone calls, those that was months ago. Yeah, yeah. No. See, it's resurfacing again because these people like to play games. Nope, she just getting in, y'all. She just coming in. These people like to play games, so it's resurfacing again. I'm not somebody who really just constantly stay on repeat. So they know that. I think they done picked up on that. And they try to run, thank you, Princess Reloaded. They try to run it like, oh, see, and you know that's resurfaced that they call themselves because Kevin made a video about that. He made a video about that saying that he, it's video of me to his mother. He want his mother to hear how I was talking about them, talking about her, and things like that. Okay, so that had already been discussed. That had already been told when me and Miss Regina first encountered each other before me and Kevin had words or any of that. As soon as hey Miss Miriam, as soon as she and I encountered each other, thank you, Beans. As soon as she and I encountered each other, that was the first thing I told her because I wanted to be honest and let her know just in case she didn't want to deal with me. It would be her choice. I want her candy kisses. If you go back to Miss Regina's phone calls, all of that is in there. All of it. We clear the air. We walk in with the air clear. Because I ain't no kid. We ain't no kids. Miss Regina's a grown woman. And it really is her choice to say, hey, who do she want to deal with that knew her son from the internet? So I wanted to put it on the line. I wanted to put it all on the table. Hey, look, me and your son had an argument before we became friends. We argued and we cussed each other. We said some horrible, horrible shit to each other. Horrible. Okay. She probably was gelato. She probably knew, like, okay, well, if she went toe to toe with my son and they became friends, she probably like, well, he trusted her. Or it had became to where, we definitely has came a long way. We were so far away from that shit, cussing each other, talking about each other, mama, talking about each other, cussing each other bad and shit. We had came so far from that, way far from that, to the point where we would meet up, hang out, me, him, and Terry. It wasn't no funny business, wasn't nothing. Hey,
Good,
Pisces.
good morning, Tommy.
Oh,
Even if they was to send her that, I'm sure you remember you and Keith kind of butted heads and you didn't back down. And
right.
he said,
While we were
that's what I was
friends,
talking
yeah.
about, Tommy. You were right. I apologize.
We did.
And that lie that happened. You remember?
I do.
Don't
That's
let
my
me
cover
say something.
photo, in case people forget.
Oh, that is that day.
Mhm.
Okay. I remember that day like no other, and it stays in the back of my mind. If anybody was to ever send something like that, even still is another video where it was on thousands. It probably was about 10,000 people in that room between the both of y'all or more. And he was like, okay, Tommy, okay, sister,
Yeah.
sister, you right, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
And nobody ever done that to him. And he respected you even more.
Yeah. Yeah.
And thank you, Tommy. I would love to have a sister, a friend, a homie in my corner like that in the event something like that happen. You don't come one in a million, you come one in a zillion.
Mm-hmm.
It's, we don't do that for one another. And if nobody tell you, I know everybody love you, everybody appreciate you.
I
You
love
go
y'all
above and
too.
beyond. And it's hard for me, and I'm not a host. I
Yeah.
cannot imagine you being a host trying to help everybody on the internet. And you have a family, you have a life.
Yeah.
Keep living, keep doing you. You're going to be blessed beyond measure.
Period.
And
Thank
your head, keep your head up and stay on their head because
you.
they can't handle you. They don't know what to do with you.
Right.
Okay, they even mad at Tiffany. And Tiffany ain't did nothing to them.
They did nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Who would buy a Cadillac? Tommy.
Yes. Why
You know
wouldn't
what I
I?
mean? Exactly. Why would you buy the old behind Kia? Like, come on. Keep
Yeah.
doing what you're doing. I
Thank
love you.
you. I love
And
you
stay.
too.
When you got more to come, you ain't even gonna be able to hold it in your hand. I can't get down, Tommy.
All right, I got you. Yeah, why wouldn't I? What's wrong with a Cadillac? They so weird. Ain't been here a good month. They so mad at Tiffany. So I wanted to play this and thank you to Toledo for coming up and playing this yesterday while they listening and Double D going.